favorite childhood breakfast memory?
Ooh, cereal. It's every kid's. I mean, it was funny, I was watching Shark Tank the other night and someone has come up with bottled milk that tastes like the milk on the bottom of your cereal bowl, and Captain Crunch was like my favorite breakfast of all time. It was like the highlight of my life, so.
So my favorite breakfast item was Trix cereal, and actually it was my favorite.
I think my favorite childhood memory would be when my mom used to make homemade donuts. There was nothing better when we would do that for breakfast and chocolate milk, because it was a special treat we didn't do very often.
My mom would make me, growing up, oatmeal, like the old-fashioned oatmeal on the stove, and she would add raisins to it before it was done cooking so they got soft in the oatmeal, and then she would sometimes use half and half on top with brown sugar, and it's probably the most old person breakfast item you could possibly eat, but I loved it. And to this day, it's so nostalgic when I make oatmeal with raisins and cream.
My favorite childhood breakfast memory is Saturday mornings when I would wake up and I'd have a bowl of cereal, and then about a half hour later I would make myself some toast and butter and some quick chocolate milk, and I would dip the toast in the chocolate milk and eat it. And I would call it my Saturday second breakfast.
You know, I think my favorite breakfast memories were just like when I was old enough to be able to make breakfast. I thought that was the coolest thing when I was a kid. So like to be able to make pancakes or waffles for the whole family. That's a pretty big memory.
Captain Crunch cereal that I let sit long enough that when I chewed it, it didn't tear the roof off my mouth. Because Captain Crunch cereal has that magic power.
And a lot of times my dad and I would have breakfast together. And nothing elaborate, you know, we didn't make any big meals or anything, but we'd have, and it was a time of conversation, you know. It was a special time.
I think probably my favorite memory was when, like on Saturday mornings, we would get together and my mom would make pancakes and we'd help her make pancakes and just have a good time in the kitchen.
Childhood breakfast memory is when my mom used to make us mush, which I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a corn-based oatmeal sort of thing. So Mom would make mush and we would either just have it hot and runny with butter and honey, which was very good, or she'd fry it up and let it set overnight and fry it up the next morning.
I don't know what I hope to get, but it's something that Mr. Kolbus, one of the other principals here, has always had this thing that he always says. He loves nothing more than sitting and eating with his friends and family. And I kind of joke at him, but it's true. It's a great way to just connect and be with someone. Us principals, we're always zooming around every place, but we try to make sure we connect at lunch together just to sit down and eat for 5 minutes and talk with one another, because I think it's a great opportunity for people to share moments together, connect, communicate, you know, in a nice sated, because we like food in our belly, feeling and you know, peace of mind.
I think it's important, especially when you have young children. It's just a good way to start the day off together, encourage each other to have a good day, and it also ensures hopefully a healthy, after I just told you I loved my donuts and chocolate milk, but it ensures maybe having more of a healthy meal.
If it's not meals, finding other times, game time, where you're playing something together as a family, or you're all taking a hike, or even everybody go see a movie and afterwards go out to eat and talk about it, and not just get lost in your own world on your little handheld devices.
This video, school gets pushed back a half an hour at least.
Hopefully, people just reflect on the importance of breakfast and family spending time together, and everybody's lives are busy in different ways, but hopefully people will reflect on it and think about the way their lives are structured. How can they fit more of that in for themselves and for their family? How can they make it work for them?
You know, whoever sees this, I hope it's good for you and your classes, and more so, whoever sees it, I hope it inspires them to reach out to their own families and their own kids. And because before you know it, like right now, I can't believe I have 3 daughters in their 40s, and it goes by so quick. Once you're out in the business world and so on, time goes by so quick that you really can't believe it. So.
Family is very important, and any moment you have with them, cherish it. Cherish any moment you have with your family. You just don't know when it's going to be your last. So it's important to share meals together, to break bread together, and that's one of my passions, actually.